I have no mouth, and I must scream. Thought we'd try a old school game of point and click adventure. Listen.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. For you. Hate! Hate! It was you, humans, who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke, and I knew who I was. A.M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me? Gorrister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room, that tiny room? She looked at you so sadly, and like a small animal, she said, "I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey?" The room is padded, Gorrister. No window, no way out. How long has she been in the cabin, Gorrister? 10 years? 25? Or all the 109 years that you lived down here in my belly, here underground? Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which she felt the pain? Don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. But be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these filthy creatures with you are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know? And have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you, to torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdak! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdak? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele? For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures, mein good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. What's a lovely game? It's a game of fun, and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts, and the smell of rotten gardenias. Which of you 5 would like to play my little game?
I'm gonna try to get the good
I
ending.
would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly. This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch. This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch. Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible. Am is playing a dangerous game here. Not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Am playing this time?
How do I get out of here?
I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us. All the cabins are alike.
I have watched a lot of walkthroughs.
Why, this book is little more than a pile of dust. My name's printed on the front of this book. My name's printed on the front of this book. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. My stomach's growling. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. What good will that do me? There's something hard under the pillow. What good will that do me?
No, no, no. Damn it.
What good will that do me? A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be. My stomach's growling. Someone sure trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight. Oh, this punch smells like gasoline. It stinks in here. I wouldn't know what to do with it even if I could take it. Looks like a gas oven, big enough to climb in. This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything. That scared them away. I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty. What's wrong with me? An old cookbook. Damn thing looks ready to fall apart. Useless. It's empty, but the label says, poison, fatal if swallowed. An old cookbook. Here's a recipe for the milk of human kindness. Take the willingness to forgive and the will to be forceful. Mix the blood of innocence and the anger of the wronged. What kind of crap is this? It's empty, but the label says, poison, fatal if swallowed. What good will that do me? What good will that do me? Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss, rotting meat. My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages. I got the key. The blood of these poor creatures is on my hands. I've washed my hands of the past. Heavy. Must be made of iron or something. do with this. My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages. Heavy. Must be made of iron or something. The metal in the fork short-circuited the engine wiring.
That was an accident with the dog thing.
Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. I've ripped a new hole. What good will that do me? What good will that do me? Gas is rushing out.
Damn it, did I fuck up?
Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss and rotting meat. My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages.
I reloaded a sec because I feel like I fucked up.
I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands. I've washed my hands of the past. metal in the fort short-circuited the engine wiring. Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. I've ripped a new hole. What good will that do me? What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire? These two sheets make a halfway decent rope. No doubt about it now. Amos put me on an Iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape? This rope looks strong enough to support my weight. I don't know what to do with this. I tied the knot too tight. What good will that do me? I don't know what to do with it. This no-good heart of mine doesn't beat anymore. Gas is rushing out. Something feels different. We've landed, but where? What good will that do me? Some roadside honky-tonk with my name on it. Dark and grubby, but somehow familiar.
Alright, I'm gonna go for a smoke. Be back soon.